The bold and the beautiful spoilers for the week of October 28 November 1 reveal that Carter Walton will be on some seriously thin ice with Steffy Forrester. Steffy already made that comment to Electra Forrester about Carter being their COO for now, so she obviously views him as replaceable. Since Carter is hyping up expansion ideas and taking too many risks, Steffy will become increasingly convinced he's not helping her steer Forrester Creations in the right direction. After Carter's next big pitch involves the Logans and a bold new vision for the company, Steffy may be tempted to give him the boot. Of course, it may not be that simple since Carter is Ridge Forrester's best friend and a close pal of Eric Forrester's too. Even so, Steffy and Carter's feud is only going to grow stronger from here. Deacon Sharp, on the other hand, is quite appreciative of Carter since he's really been stepping up for Hope Logan. It looks like Deacon will have an opportunity to thank Carter and treat him to some free food soon enough. Carter will head over to Il Giardino just in time for Halloween, so he'll be there when Sheila Sharp is serving up treats in a witch's costume. There will be some gross goodies on the menu, most likely featuring that toe theme Sheila loves so much. Sheila may also have a chance to quiz Carter about Hope and suspect that he's more enamored with Deacon's daughter than he's letting on. Regardless, B&B will air a special Halloween episode on October 31, so Sheila could let her scary side come out with some tricks. Sheila might be tempted to help Hope on her path to success, and that could mean bad news for Steffy depending on what Sheila cooks up. As for Ridge and Brooke Logan, they may do some clashing when it comes to Hope's line and whether it should survive. The more tension that bubbles up between Brooke and Ridge, the better Taylor's chances of winning back her ex for herself. Taylor will no doubt do a little more bonding with Ridge and perhaps let him vent about the problems playing out at Forrester Creations. Finally, Will Spencer will likely make it his mission to get better acquainted with Electra and hopefully win her heart if all goes well. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say some romantic curveballs could be brewing, so stick with us for more story predictions and updates on any shockers to come. CDL's where you want to be for thrilling bold and the beautiful spoilers, predictions, updates, and news, so make us your favorite B&B hotspot. Bold and the beautiful spoilers for October 24, 2024. Steffy faces a tough decision. Ridge's love triangle heats up. In the upcoming The Bold and the Beautiful episode airing on Thursday, October 24, 2024, viewers are in for a dramatic episode full of emotional twists and high-stakes decisions. Here's what to expect. Steffy rejects Carter's proposal over financial concerns. Steffy Forrester finds herself in a difficult position as she turns down Carter Walton's proposal. While Carter's intentions are genuine, Steffy's concerns over the company's financial health and the impracticality of launching a new jewelry collection play a major role in her decision. For Steffy, the company's stability comes first, and she doesn't feel the timing is right for such an ambitious move. Carter brings Ivy and Electra to lay for a jewelry showcase. In an effort to impress Steffy and move forward with his plans, Carter invites designers Ivy and Electra to Los Angeles to present their jewelry collections. However, Steffy remains unimpressed by their designs, standing firm in her belief that this is not the right direction for the company at the moment. Carter's disappointment is palpable, but Steffy's business instincts won't allow her to budge. Ridge torn between Taylor and Brooke. Ridge Forrester is once again caught between two women, his ex-wife Taylor, who is currently ill, and Brooke Logan, the woman he has a complicated history with. Ridge is emotionally torn as he tries to support Taylor through her illness, all while maintaining his relationship with Brooke, who has her own concerns about where she stands with Ridge. The tension builds as Ridge struggles to balance his feelings for both women. Brooke's growing frustration with Ridge's dilemma. Despite Ridge's reassurances, Brooke remains deeply unsettled by the situation. She can't shake the feeling that Ridge's lingering connection to Taylor threatens their relationship. As old wounds resurface, the tension between the three intensifies, leading to even more emotional conflict. Brooke is left questioning whether Ridge can truly commit to her while Taylor remains in the picture. A build-up to future drama. This episode lays the groundwork for future conflicts and emotional upheavals. Steffi's business decisions, Carter's disappointment, and Ridge's complicated love life create a foundation for dramatic developments in the episodes to come. With unresolved feelings and difficult choices ahead, the stage is set for explosive confrontations and unexpected twists in the near future. Stay tuned for more dramatic turns as The Bold and the Beautiful continues to deliver its signature blend of romance, betrayal, and heart-wrenching dilemmas. In a jaw-dropping twist, Ridge and Steffi are reeling from the shocking revelation that a beloved character has been alive all along. As they grapple with the implications of this discovery, emotions run high, leading to intense confrontations and heartfelt moments. The revelation. The shocking news sends shockwaves through the Forrester family, igniting a whirlwind of questions about how this character managed to stay hidden for so long. Ridge and Steffi struggle to comprehend the magnitude of the situation, reflecting on the past and the choices that led them here. Family dynamics at play. With this revelation, the dynamics within the Forrester family will undoubtedly shift. Ridge is torn between his feelings of betrayal and relief, while Steffi is left questioning her understanding of loyalty and family. How will this newfound truth affect their relationships with other family members, and what secrets might unfold as the story progresses? Emotional turmoil. Expect emotional confrontations as Ridge and Steffi confront the character about their choices. The impact of this revelation will lead to heartfelt conversations about love, loss, and forgiveness as the characters navigate the complex web of their intertwined lives. Future implications. As the dust settles, fans can anticipate a cascade of events stemming from this revelation. Will Ridge and Steffi be able to reconcile their feelings, or will this shocking news drive a wedge between them? The fallout promises to be explosive, setting the stage for dramatic storylines in the weeks to come. Stay tuned as The Bold and the Beautiful continues to unfold this captivating storyline, filled with unexpected twists and emotional depth. How will Ridge and Steffi move forward with this shocking revelation? Only time will tell. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, Soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Ivy's finally back in Los Angeles on The Bold and the Beautiful, and if history is any indication, she's not going to waste much time before setting her sights on Liam. Once upon a time, that would have had us seriously concerned about her safety, but these days, we're hopeful that things could turn out better. Then again, Steffi's reaction to Carter springing her cousin on her wasn't exactly loving and welcoming. Steffi told her TO that she doesn't trust her cousin and that they've got some long-standing issues. You can catch up on what happened with today's Bold and Beautiful recap here, and that might just be the understatement of the year. Because for those thinking that this is just a matter of Steffi and Ivy fighting over Liam, we're here to remind you that it goes much deeper than that. Yes, the cousins' rivalry did start when Ivy was dating Liam after his relationship with Hope fell apart about a decade ago. Steffi, realizing her own feelings were resurfacing for Liam, tried briefly to seduce him, only for Ivy to warn her cuz to back the hell off. BI now on Amazon. Things escalated when Ivy convinced Liam to marry her in order to avoid deportation, just as his own feelings for Steffi were bubbling back up. It was a marriage in name only, so when Ivy learned she didn't actually need it to stay in the country, she took the high road and set her hubby free, hoping that they'd work things out. They didn't. In fact, Liam dumped her for Steffi at just about the worst moment he could have. Around the same time, Ivy had befriended Thorne's troubled daughter Allie, who was growing increasingly erratic. After finding some particularly worrying signs, including how much she hated Steffi, Ivy ran off in search of her friend, finding Ellie on the side of the road in a confrontation with Ridge's daughter. Ellie had attacked Steffi, but Ivy arrived just in time to record what looked like her cousin bludgeoning the redhead to death with a tire iron. Allie's death was, as Steffi claimed, an accident, but Ivy was convinced her friend/cousin was murdered. And that's where Liam dumping her comes in, because he waited to leave Ivy for Steffi at Ellie's funeral. That was enough to push Ivy over the edge, blackmailing Steffi with the incriminating video into becoming the new face of Forrester. Eventually, though, Ivy deleted the video and acknowledged that Allie wasn't murdered. But that calm didn't last long, as Steffi next caught her nemesis kissing Thomas while dating Wyatt. The resulting tattling led to another feud and a string of fights that sent Ivy careening into a live electrical panel and later falling and hitting her head. Oh, and then she got a concussion after falling down a flight of stairs during another tiff with Steffi. We guess there are only so many hits you can take before raising the white flag, so it wasn't too much of a surprise when the accident-prone Aussie called a truce with Steffi. She even went so far as to support their eventual reunion and play tour guide when they married in Australia. But that doesn't mean the cousins are on great terms or even like each other all that much. The last time Ivy stopped by for a quick visit to put the moves on Liam, Steffi couldn't keep her catty comments to herself. Still, let's hope that if they do end up fighting over Liam again, this time, it won't result in a string of near-death experiences. And we certainly don't want Ivy dying in a fight with Steffi like Allie did either. Ever since confessing that he imagines his colleague in lingerie, unlucky in love bold and beautiful heartthrob Carter has had one singular hope for the future, a relationship with Hope herself. But in his efforts to safeguard her struggling fashion line, he is anything but endearing himself to Forrester Creations co-CEO, Steffi. Is he thinking with his head or his heart? It's a mix of both, Lawrence St. Victor tells Soaps.com. A healthy mix. First of all, the Forresters are like family to him, so business is always personal for him. But now, with his feelings for Hope, he's seeing how she's been sort of devalued by Steffi, and how that's bleeding into hope for the future. Business and displeasure. It's understandable that Steffi would be miffed that her sometime stepsister kissed her husband. But to sabotage the line, that's just bad business. Carter said something that I thought was really brilliant, St. Victor recalls. If the line is suffering because its head designer, Thomas, just kinda bailed on it, then instead of pulling back resources, it needs more support, not just more time. If we're keeping it, we should throw everything at it. Needless to say, Steffi's perspective is, to put it mildly, different. She was none too pleased when Carter surprised her on October 22 with his pitch to have her cousin Ivy design jewelry for HFTF. And the conflict in the executive suite is only going to escalate in the Wednesday, October 23, episode when Carter stands his ground with Steffi. Career suicide? I don't think so. Not at this point, his portrayer says. Carter feels like he's part of the family, and sometimes family doesn't get along. I don't think he thinks his career is anywhere near in jeopardy. The buck stops where? Not only is Carter confident that Steffi's co-CEO, his bestie Ridge, will have his back, but there is also no reason that the COO should have to worry about pushing back with Steffi. He is in an important enough position at Forrester that he should be able to question his CEOs and have a discussion, St. Victor argues. In fact, that's what rubs him the wrong way about Steffi. She might be feeling disrespected by Carter, but he's feeling disrespected by her. He's like, I'm your TOO. Why aren't you hearing me? You can say no, but let's really talk about this first. She's making him feel like just some employee, he continues, and that's where some of their personal clashes start to happen. And from there, escalate. This week, Just the way Steffi's dynamic has been with Hope comes to a tipping point. The actor teases, noting that at times he's felt as if he were watching Jacqueline Messina's Wood transform before his eyes into Stephanie Jr. A line in the sand. Steffi may be shocked to hear the word no come from Carter's lips, but St. Victor sees it as being totally in character. The exec has just so rarely been called upon to use it that it can be very jarring to see him not back down, to see him push something. But I do think he has a bit of a healthy ego. If you were to ask him, "Are you the most creative person at Forrester?" he'd say no, he admits. But if you were to ask him, "Are you the smartest guy in the room?" he'd say, "Yeah, I am." He doesn't lead with that, but at the end of the day, he knows that what he wants to do is most likely the right thing. Recent spoilers for CBS's The Bold and the Beautiful reveal a significant turn of events concerning Poppy's character. After her release from prison, Poppy's reemergence in Los Angeles has been shrouded in uncertainty, leading to her eventual departure. Once a pivotal figure in the storyline, Poppy finds herself isolated, lacking close connections in the city, particularly since her daughter Luna remains incarcerated. Poppy's only significant connection in LA is Bill, a character with whom she shared a passionate romance before her wrongful imprisonment. Their love story was tragically interrupted when Poppy was falsely accused of murdering Tom and Hollis. In a shocking twist, the true perpetrator was revealed to be Luna, Poppy's own daughter. Despite hopes that Poppy would rekindle her relationship with Bill upon her release, she chose to keep her distance, ultimately severing ties with him. This decision has left both characters emotionally distant, indicating that their feelings have changed over time. The actress who portrays Poppy, Romy Park, has confirmed her exit from the show, signaling the end of Poppy's journey on The Bold and the Beautiful. Her time in Los Angeles has been brief, yet impactful, as Poppy and Luna were introduced as characters who brought significant changes to the narrative. While Poppy experienced a romantic connection with Bill, Luna's criminal actions overshadowed their story and ultimately led to Poppy's isolation. With Poppy's departure, the dynamics of the show are set to shift once again. Poppy's absence will likely resonate with viewers who have followed her tumultuous journey. After facing so many challenges, including losing her daughter to the prison system and breaking ties with the love of her life, Poppy is left with little reason to remain in LA. Without family or romantic prospects, it appears she may return to her roots or seek out her family elsewhere. Throughout her storyline, Poppy has not been portrayed as a villain. Instead, she has been a victim of unfortunate circumstances, mainly due to Luna's actions. Despite the chaos that surrounded her, Poppy maintained a sense of dignity and resilience, often caught in the crossfire of her daughter's mistakes. As a result, her exit from the show is bound to evoke feelings of regret among fans who hope to see her character evolve further. Poppy's storyline adds layers to the narrative of The Bold and the Beautiful, exploring themes of love, loss, and the complexities of familial relationships. The conclusion of her chapter leaves many questions unanswered. Will she ever return to LA? Could there be a future where she reconciles with Bill, or even visits Luna when she is released? In conclusion, Poppy's departure marks a significant moment in The Bold and the Beautiful, illustrating how deeply intertwined the characters' lives are within the series. Her exit not only reflects her personal journey, but also the impact of familial ties on individual choices. While her time may be short-lived, the ripple effects of her presence will likely linger, leaving a lasting impression on the show's future storylines. Fans are left hoping for a reunion that could someday bring Poppy back to Los Angeles to reclaim her place and possibly mend broken relationships, especially with her daughter Luna. For now, Poppy's journey seems to have come to a close, but the door remains open for potential future returns in the dynamic world of The Bold and the Beautiful. The Bold and the Beautiful has transformed Hope Logan from social pariah to most eligible bachelorette in record-breaking time. Just a few weeks ago, Hope was the most hated woman in Los Angeles. Now there are two men vying for her heart on the CBS soap. Is it only a matter of time before Hope learns she is pregnant too? Keep reading to find out. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, Hope Logan's new dilemma. Hope Logan and Carter Walton were on track to be the soap's hottest and most unexpected couple of 2024. But out of nowhere, Liam Spencer decided he wanted his ex-wife back. According to this week's B&B spoilers, Liam will make a grand gesture to convince Hope to take him back and shock her with a steamy kiss. It's only a matter of time before the exes hit the sheets. Meanwhile, the Bold and Beautiful writers have Carter and Hope moving full steam ahead with their romance. It's not wild to assume that Hope ends up sleeping with both men in 1 month. And we all know what that means. It's been a few years since anyone on B&B had a baby on the way. Plus, this is the perfect time to put a bun in the oven, because everyone loves a good "Who's Your Daddy" storyline. B&B spoilers. Dr. Finn Finnegan to the rescue? If Hope does turn up pregnant, that would be the perfect excuse for her to pay a super secret visit to Dr. Finn's office. If Hope Logan realizes she doesn't know who her baby daddy is, Finn's going to have to clear his schedule for headache massages. When Brooke Logan told her daughter to move on with Finn, she probably meant with just one guy. Who do you want to see Hope with, Carter or Liam? Let us know in the comments below, and keep checking back here on Celebrating the Soaps for more B&B spoilers and news. Did he really think that things were going to work for them this time around? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers suggest that Liam is going to get yet another shock of his life when he catches Hope and Carter getting very busy under the sheets. You know what that means. Keep reading below for everything you need to know. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Liam catches Hope and Carter in bed. According to the latest The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, there's a good chance that Liam is going to be startled when he sees his ex-Hope do the dirty deed with the new lover that she has in her life, Carter. Liam has been trying to get back with Hope for the sake of their daughter Beth, and while he's been going down nostalgia road, it seems like Hope has been taking care of some of the other priorities in her life. Carter has made it pretty clear that he also wants to be a part of Hope's life, as he's even told her that he's determined to help her failing line, Hope for the Future, at Forrester Creations. Many The Bold and the Beautiful fans will remember that this was the same way that Thomas Forrester was operating when he tried to win Hope Logan's heart a few years ago. He helped save her fashion line before it was too late, but at the end of the day, the relationship imploded. But for Carter, his feelings might be a little more genuine for the beautiful blonde fashion designer. He wants to take things slow with her, but at the same time, wants to show Hope just how much he cares for her too. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. What's next for Hope and Carter? Needless to say, Liam is going to have a hard time digesting all of this as fact, and especially if Hope decides that she wants to give her heart to Carter instead of him. Yes, that means another B&B love triangle is about to shake things up in a very dramatic way here. It goes without saying that fans will simply have to tune into The Bold and the Beautiful each and every day to find out what will happen next. Watch this space. The Bold and the Beautiful fans, what do you think of this story? Go ahead and let us know what you think by adding some buzz in our comment section. Also, don't forget that The Bold and the Beautiful airs weekdays on CBS. You'll need to check your local listings for times. Bold and the Beautiful has Steffy Forrester making Finn her sounding board for all her troubles at work. But as John Finnegan listens, he may start to see how his problems were sparked by her selfish ways on the CBS soap. The co-COE of Forrester Creations acts like a kid who won't share her toys these days, but it looks like she has met her match in Carter Walton, who is ready to put a screeching halt on her personal issues driving the bus at SC. Bold and the Beautiful. Steffy Forrester brings it home to Finn. Bold and the Beautiful viewers learn a lot from Steffy Forrester when she talks with Finn at home. John Finnegan is a good listener. He is also someone who doesn't push back very often. Finn pretty much validates what Steffy has to say, although, once in a while, he tries to reel her back in to look at things from another perspective. Steffy Forrester already filled Finn in with her tales about Carter Walton and Hope Logan. But now another problem surfaces at Forrester Creations. This time it is with her cousin Ivy Forrester. Carter sprung a meeting on Steffy, which was more like an ambush. But he has no other recourse when dealing with Steffy these days. She continues to put her personal issues before anything that would benefit SC. B&B, Finn sees Steffy in a different light. Steffy Forrester's campaign against Hope Logan is obvious to a few people. And Hope's line is something the Forrester daughter dangles over her like a weapon of extinction. Hope for the future will be wiped out if Hope Logan even looks at Finn sideways. So Steffy Forrester holds this warning over her stepsister's head every day. Finn is aware of Steffy's disdain for her stepsister, but he doesn't quite know the extent of threats she's made. But when Steffy Forrester brings home a new set of woes, Finn likely puts the puzzle together. Bold and the Beautiful. John Finnegan, a victim of his wife's power plays. Steffy Forrester likely shares her problems with Finn about Ivy this week on Bold and the Beautiful. She probably continues with her fury towards Carter as well, but Finn may start to wonder if his wife carries some blame for these problems. It sounds like she is more about being in control than she is about the success of the family business. What Steffy did to Finn, forbidding him to see his biological mother from the get-go, caused major problems for John Finnegan. So now he finally marches to the beat of Steffy's drum by ignoring Sheila Carter. But seeing how his wife is handling Hope and Ivy might wake Finn up enough to see she pretty much did the same thing to him. Much against his will, he gave up contact with Sheila because his wife insisted. So Steffy's problems at the family business might open Finn's eyes as to how she's running things at work. But it also might wake him up on how she's run his life so far on the CBS soap. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Liam Spencer could be in for a rude awakening. B&B fans know Liam is holding out hope that he can repair his relationship with Hope Logan and ultimately put their family back together. Since Liam flip-flopped far too much in the past, he's decided to prove to Hope that he's solely committed to her. Liam is counting on that being a winning strategy, but there's a secret hurdle standing in his way. Hope is already moving on with Carter Walton, so Liam obviously has some major competition. That's especially true since Hope's already rejected Liam multiple times. Nevertheless, Liam isn't ready to give up on Hope just yet, so he'll keep working to prove that another romantic chapter is a good idea. Unfortunately, there's bound to come a point when Liam's reunion bubble will burst. Of course, we also know Steffy Forrester has zero faith in Hope's line, despite Carter's sudden enthusiasm. Steffy and Carter will feud about Hope for the future, and a whole lot more in the coming episodes. That could lead to Liam getting involved and hoping he can somehow help. Liam appreciates what Carter is doing for Hope, so he might drop by Carter's place to brainstorm new ways to save her line. Hope recently told Carter that she wasn't ready to sleep with him, but that could change in the very near future. What if Liam shows up at exactly the wrong moment and derails Hope's first time with Carter? Liam might arrive at the door one day and find that Carter forgot to lock it. Since B&B characters have a bad habit of entering unlocked doors, Liam might barge right in and get an eyeful. It'd send a clear message to Liam if he walked in on Hope and Carter hooking up on the sofa. Liam would certainly realize he's a little too late when it comes to chasing after his ex-wife. Naturally, the same twist could happen at the Forrester design office if Carter and Hope decide to do the deed there. Liam could still interrupt and make a disheartening discovery, one that might immediately shut down his Hope reunion efforts. Based on our predictions, Liam may have to lick his wounds once he gets updates on Hope and Carter's feelings for each other. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say that shocking news could push Liam down another romantic path, so stay tuned to see what's in store. CDL's where you want to be for exciting Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, so make us your favorite hotspot. Get ready for a week of intense drama on The Bold and the Beautiful as Liam uncovers a shocking secret and blows up the lives of those closest to him. The fallout from this revelation will send shockwaves through Los Angeles, leaving no relationship unscathed. Key spoilers. Liam's discovery. Liam stumbles upon a bombshell secret involving Hope and Carter. Unable to keep the information to himself, Liam decides to confront Steffi and expose the truth. His revelation is set to rock Steffi's world, leading to emotional confrontations and tough decisions. Hope's betrayal. The secret Liam uncovers will shed light on Hope's betrayal, sending her life into a tailspin. How will this revelation affect her marriage to Liam? And what will become of her partnership with Carter? Carter's consequences. Carter's involvement in this secret will put him in a precarious position. Will he face backlash from those he's been loyal to? And how will his future at Forrester Creations be impacted by this shocking revelation? Steffi's reaction. Steffi will be blindsided by Liam's confession. Will she support Liam in his quest for justice, or will this new information tear them apart? Steffi's loyalty will be tested as the truth comes to light. What to watch for? Emotional showdowns. Expect heated confrontations as the truth about Hope and Carter comes out. Relationships on the brink. Liam and Steffi's bond could be threatened by this shocking news, and Hope's life will be forever changed by the fallout. Carter's fate. Will Carter be able to redeem himself, or is this the beginning of his downfall? The upcoming episodes of The Bold and the Beautiful are sure to be packed with twists, heartbreak, and explosive drama as Liam exposes the truth and leaves lives in turmoil. In a shocking turn of events on The Bold and the Beautiful, Carter Walton faces a devastating downfall that leaves him both fired and disgraced, leading to an unexpected breakup with Hope Logan. Carter's fall from grace. After a series of poor decisions and questionable ethics in the workplace, Carter finds himself on the chopping block. The fallout from his actions reaches a boiling point, leading Forrester Creations to make a drastic move against him. The details of his termination leave many in the fashion house reeling. Hope's heartbreaking decision. In the midst of Carter's turmoil, Hope grapples with her feelings and ultimately decides that she can no longer stand by him. With the pressure mounting and her own reputation on the line, Hope makes the difficult choice to end their relationship. Her decision sends shockwaves through their circle, as friends and family react to the unfolding drama. The aftermath. As Carter faces the consequences of his actions, he must also deal with the emotional fallout of losing Hope. This double blow has left him isolated and struggling to find his footing, raising questions about his future at Forrester and in his personal life. What's next for Hope and Carter? As this storyline develops, fans are left wondering if Carter can redeem himself and win back Hope's trust. Will he find a way to rebuild his career and reputation, or is this the end for him at Forrester Creations? Stay tuned to The Bold and the Beautiful for more twists and turns in this dramatic saga as the characters navigate the complexities of love, betrayal, and redemption. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Ivy Forrester and Elektra Forrester come to Los Angeles with a pitch. Apparently, Ivy and Elektra are working on a new jewelry line, and they want to bring it to Forrester Creations. Advertisement. However, could Steffi Forrester Finnegan nix Elektra and Ivy's pitch? Perhaps by claiming there's a conflict of interest? Keep reading and let's talk about what could happen with this storyline. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Ivy Forrester's return. B&B spoilers reveal that Ivy is coming back to Los Angeles. Fans recall that earlier this year, Ivy reconnected with Liam Spencer during an extended layover. Ivy has been living in Australia and has professional success. However, Ivy's personal life hasn't been as good as her career. When Ivy and Liam reconnected, she planted a kiss on him until Steffi chased her off. Now Ivy is coming back once again. In a weekly preview clip, Ivy is escorted into Steffi's office by Carter Walton. B&B spoilers. Carter Walton's pitch. Fans watched as Carter advocated for hope for the future. While Carter is a numbers man, Steffi thought his passionate pitch was really out of character and over the top. Now, Steffi will learn that Carter actually pushed Ivy to make this jewelry line pitch to her. Steffi is already annoyed that Hope Logan's fashion line is living another day. Steffi is also irritated that Carter has pressured the company to throw more money and resources at an underperforming line. So this new pitch could really be too much in such a short period of time. Companies take risks all the time, but there should be a limit to how many risks are taken at one time. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Electra Forrester's debut. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Ivy will meet with Steffi about the jewelry line. Steffi will feel blindsided and also has some dicey history with Ivy, so Steffi will probably immediately shut down the pitch. Steffi might claim there is a conflict of interest. Steffi might also refuse to even look at Ivy and Electra's designs. Of course, Carter might insist that it can't do any harm to just look. This pitch will probably also be a way for Ivy to introduce Electra to the canvas. B&B spoilers. Eric Forrester interferes? It's not clear how long Ivy is staying, but Electra is coming on board. Electra will cross paths with Will Spencer, and sparks certainly do fly. Back with Forrester Creations, could Ivy decide to go over Steffi's head with her pitch? Ivy and Electra do spend time with Eric Forrester, so perhaps Ivy goes to Eric to discuss her pitch, and Steffi refusing to even look at the designs. Ivy might reason that Steffi's personal grievances are negatively affecting Forrester Creations. It might be time for another SC shake-up. In a shocking turn of events, The Bold and the Beautiful unveils a devastating tragedy as Taylor is discovered dead in her home, raising questions of foul play. This heartbreaking scene unfolds in Los Angeles, where Taylor's lifeless body is found with a fatal stab wound, suggesting a premeditated murder rather than an unfortunate accident. As investigators sift through the evidence, all eyes quickly turn to Brooke, who emerges as the prime suspect in this heinous crime. The drama kicks off when Steffi, deeply concerned about her mother's health due to Taylor's ongoing battle with broken heart syndrome, pays her a visit after a troubling conversation with Ridge. Hoping to find signs of recovery and receive uplifting news about Taylor's condition, Steffi enters her mother's room only to be confronted by an unimaginable horror. What she sees renders her speechless. Taylor is motionless on the floor, the fatal wound visible in her abdomen, and the room is in disarray, indicating a violent struggle took place. Steffi's heart sinks as she notices a hairpin lying ominously near Taylor's body. This hairpin doesn't belong to Taylor, igniting a wave of panic in Steffi. Desperately, she attempts to revive her mother, calling out her name, but the grim reality hits hard. Taylor is gone. Overwhelmed by grief and confusion, Steffi grapples with a barrage of questions. Who killed her mother? What led to this brutal act? And why is that hairpin at the crime scene? Steffi immediately contacts the authorities, sparking an investigation that quickly narrows in on the hairpin as a crucial piece of evidence. Investigators suspect it may belong to Brooke, who has a long, contentious history with Taylor, primarily revolving around Ridge. Their rivalry has often escalated into confrontations, leading many to believe that Brooke could have had a motive to harm Taylor. As the police dig deeper, the connection between the hairpin and Brooke becomes increasingly scrutinized, casting doubt on Brooke's innocence and reigniting public speculation regarding her involvement in the murder. As the investigation progresses, the tension escalates. Steffi, still reeling from her mother's tragic death, becomes increasingly convinced that Brooke is responsible, citing jealousy over the relationship between Taylor and Ridge as a possible motive. This perception is further complicated by the history of animosity between the two women, which seems to fuel Steffi's conviction that Brooke is the murderer. Brooke, however, vehemently denies any wrongdoing, insisting that the hairpin's presence is merely coincidental and that she had no part in Taylor's death. Brooke's attempts to justify her presence near the crime scene do little to quell the growing suspicions against her. Lacking substantial evidence to support her claims, she finds herself cornered by the unfolding drama, with the weight of the evidence stacking against her. Meanwhile, the public's perception grows increasingly hostile as the possibility of her involvement becomes a hot topic of speculation. As the police continue their inquiry, another figure emerges on the suspect list: Sheila, a notorious character with a history of violence and manipulation. Could she have used the existing tensions between Brooke and Taylor to orchestrate Taylor's murder and frame Brooke in the process? Sheila'S sudden reappearance in town raises eyebrows, hinting that she could have exploited the rivalry to further her own sinister agenda. With a penchant for elaborate schemes, the possibility of Sheila being the true mastermind behind Taylor's death looms large, complicating the narrative even further. In this tense atmosphere, the investigation unfolds with intricate details being carefully examined. Each piece of evidence is scrutinized, including the infamous hairpin, which might either incriminate Brooke or serve as a mere red herring in a much larger plot. As secrets unravel and the investigation delves deeper, the audience is left on the edge of their seats, questioning the motives of each character involved. The tragic death of Taylor has not only shattered the lives of those closest to her, but has also plunged the community into chaos. With Steffi determined to seek justice for her mother, and Brooke fighting to prove her innocence amidst rising accusations, the emotional stakes have never been higher. As the story unfolds, viewers can expect shocking revelations and unexpected twists that will leave everyone reeling. Will Brooke be able to clear her name, or will the truth behind Taylor's murder lead to further devastation? The upcoming episodes promise to deliver an intense and suspenseful ride, as the quest for justice and truth takes center stage in The Bold and the Beautiful. In the upcoming episode of The Bold and the Beautiful airing on Wednesday, October 23, tensions at Forrester Creations are about to reach a boiling point. Steffi Forrester, as the CEO, is becoming increasingly frustrated with the recent actions of CUO Carter Walton. While they both hold high-ranking positions in the company, it seems Carter is making decisions that go far beyond his authority, much to Steffi's dismay. Steffi's first major concern is Carter's opposition to the cancellation of the Hope for the Future project. Despite Steffi's decision to end it, Carter argued that Hope Logan has contributed greatly to the company and deserves better. He believes it would be unfair to scrap the project without acknowledging the positive impact it has had. This defense of Hope, however, has not sat well with Steffi, who feels that Carter's loyalty may be more personal than professional. Adding to Steffi's frustration, Carter took it upon himself to invite Ivy and Elektra to Los Angeles to showcase their jewelry line. Steffi, however, was not impressed with their designs and didn't see the value in promoting their work under Forrester Creations' banner. Carter's decisions are leaving Steffi confused and irritated, prompting her to confide in her father, Ridge Forrester. She wonders if Carter is overstepping his boundaries and seeks Ridge's advice on how to handle the situation. Will Ridge agree with Steffi that Carter has gone too far, or will he offer a different perspective on the situation? As Steffi continues to grapple with Carter's actions, The tension between them could lead to a significant power struggle at Forrester Creations. Meanwhile, Katie Logan has finally made a life-changing decision regarding her relationship with Bill Spencer. After much thought and reflection, Katie agrees to give Bill another chance, much to his delight. Bill has been relentlessly pursuing Katie, hoping to prove that he's a changed man and that he can make up for his past mistakes. Katie's decision to reunite with him is a victory for Bill, but there's a catch. Despite Bill's excitement and eagerness to celebrate their reconciliation with a big party, Katie puts the brakes on the idea. She's hesitant to make a public display of their reunion, worried that if things fall apart again, she'll be left embarrassed. Having been married and divorced before, Katie wants to keep their renewed relationship low-key, focusing on rebuilding their bond privately rather than showing it off to the world. As Katie and Bill navigate this new chapter, there is still a sense of caution in the air. Can Bill truly prove he's changed, or will old habits die hard? For now, Katie prefers to keep things quiet, letting their feelings evolve naturally. On another front, sparks are flying between Carter and Hope. Hope is deeply touched by Carter's support for her Hope for the Future project, especially when it was on the verge of being canceled. His defense of her project has made Hope see Carter in a new light, and their professional relationship soon turns personal. Carter, who has long admired Hope, finally confesses his feelings during a private date. Hope finds herself drawn to Carter's loyalty and kindness, qualities that make him stand out. Their relationship quickly escalates as they begin secretly dating, even sneaking around Forrester Creations. The chemistry between them is undeniable, and before long, Hope and Carter end up in bed together. Hope is captivated by Carter's strength and passion, and their connection only grows stronger. As this forbidden romance unfolds, Hope and Carter are taking a big risk by keeping their relationship under wraps. Will they be able to keep their secret, or will their budding romance become the next scandal at Forrester Creations? Stay tuned for an episode filled with romance, tension, and major decisions that could shake up the lives of your favorite characters. The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint at blazing times ahead at Forrester Creations. Steffy Forrester is about to face a surprising new office rival. Yep, Carter Walton has already been getting on Steffy's last nerve. But now it seems like things are only going downhill from here. Dive in to get the lowdown. Carter makes Steffy's blood boil. The bold and the beautiful spoilers recall how this fiery episode started between Steffy and Carter. So the man decided to give his full support to Hope Logan's struggling fashion line. Meanwhile, Steffy is not impressed and starts to question his decision-making skills. What will she decide? Carter makes the matter worse with another decision. He brings in Ivy Forrester and Electra Forrester to pitch a brand new jewelry line. Subsequently, Steffy feels Carter is seriously overstepping and making choices that might just crash the Forrester ship. Moreover, Carter is now making creative moves without solid evidence to back them up, and Steffy is not having it. When she shows her disapproval of the jewelry line, Carter completely loses it. Yup, he's likely to burst out his anger, accusing Steffy of not giving his new ideas a fair shot. As for Steffy, she's taken aback by Carter's emotional outburst. She wonders why he's getting so worked up over this. Additionally, she will run straight to Ridge Forrester to vent her frustration. This leads Steffy to question whether Carter is even fit for his job anymore. And guess what? Carter's grand vision for Forrester Creations might never get Steffy's support. It is because nothing he does seems right in her eyes at this point. Who knows, Steffy might give Carter the boot, especially when she learns about his affair with Hope. That's sure to hit a nerve. However, B and B spoilers suggest Ridge and Eric Forrester might step in to save Carter from being axed. Whatever the case, a full-blown showdown between Steffy and Carter is inevitable. Stay tuned to Soap Opera for your daily dose of the bold and the beautiful spoilers. How long will Carter last at Forrester Creations? Will Hope's involvement make things worse for him? In the latest developments of The Bold and the Beautiful, the relationship between Carter and Hope has come to a surprising end, causing turmoil not only in their personal lives but also threatening the stability of Forrester Creations. This breakup has created tension and opened the door to dramatic developments for the company's future. Suspicion about Carter's motives. Recently, Ridge and Steffi expressed doubts about Carter's true motives as he became overly enthusiastic about the hope for the future fashion line, despite the company's financial struggles. Carter's determined attitude, especially his decision to invite Ivy and Elektra to showcase their jewelry line at Forrester Creations, left Steffi deeply concerned. As someone with keen instincts who always protects her family, Steffi saw that Carter's decisions were reckless and contradicted the company's reality. This prompted her to intervene before things spiraled out of control. Discovering the secret relationship. To clarify her suspicions, Steffi decided to confront Carter. However, when she entered his office, she was shocked by an unexpected sight. Carter and Hope were sharing a passionate kiss. In that moment, all of Steffi's questions were answered. The reason Carter was so determined to protect Hope's fashion line was not just for work-related reasons, but because of personal feelings between them. This revelation made Steffi feel utterly betrayed, both emotionally and professionally, as she feared the negative impact this relationship could have on the company. Steffi's harsh criticism of Hope. Unable to contain her anger, Steffi directly confronted Hope on the spot. She harshly accused Hope of using men to achieve her personal goals, calling her a manipulative woman, and even implying that Hope had previously taken advantage of Thomas. Steffi recalled how Hope had used Thomas's feelings to further her fashion line, only to coldly reject his marriage proposal. This fueled Steffi's fury even more, and she warned Carter that he might become Hope's next victim. Carter begins to doubt. After the heated confrontation, Steffi's words seemed to plant seeds of doubt in Carter's mind. He began to rethink his relationship with Hope, wondering if she was truly sincere or simply using him as she had used Thomas. Carter felt confused and hurt when Hope didn't agree to take their relationship to the next level. This deepened his uncertainty about her true intentions and forced him to confront the harsh reality that their love might not be as solid as he once believed. The decision to break up. After several sleepless nights, Carter made the difficult decision to end his relationship with Hope. He realized that love cannot thrive in an environment filled with doubt and worry about the other person's sincerity. Although the breakup was painful, Carter understood that this was the best choice for both of them, protecting himself from further emotional harm. The breakup between Carter and Hope not only left them emotionally wounded, but also set the stage for more drama at Forrester Creations. Steffi may continue her confrontation with Hope as tensions rise within the company. Can Hope continue her work without Carter's support? And will Steffi use this opportunity to strengthen her position at Forrester Creations? The upcoming developments promise to bring plenty of surprises as love, ambition, and loyalty face intense challenges at Forrester Creations. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for this week show Brooke Logan busting her man with his ex-wife in a compromising position. Brooke seemed blissfully ignorant of Ridge Forrester and Taylor Hayes' connection. She can't ignore what's getting straddled right in her face. Here's what's happening next on Bold and Beautiful spoilers down below. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Ridge Forrester is slipping away. Ridge Forrester is bound and determined to help his ex-wife Taylor overcome her broken heart syndrome. Apparently, it's far more complex than Bold, and the Beautiful viewers realized and Ridge and Taylor need to align their chakras. Brooke has no idea that Taylor is sick and demands an explanation this week on the CBS soap when she walks in on them straddling each other and gazing into each other's eyes. B and B spoilers. Does Brooke Logan stand a chance? According to B&B Spoilers, Brooke is shocked and devastated that Ridge is getting so close to his ex-wife. Brooke really thought she finally had won the decades-long battle and Ridge had finally chose her. Clearly, Brooke was only his choice because Taylor was gone. Now that she's back in town, does Brooke stand a chance? The obvious solution to Brooke Logan's problem is Taylor needs to leave town. This week, more people will learn that Taylor is sick. Maybe one of those people is Brooke Logan. Brooke could get on the Save Taylor bandwagon and convince Ridge that being around his ex-wife every day is actually making her condition worse and could kill her. The bold and the beautiful spoilers, Brooke Logan tries to send Taylor Hayes away. Brooke could also help Ridge find a specialist that works miracles with broken heart syndrome. And it could just so happen that the specialist is located in another country halfway around the world. That could backfire though, and Ridge could insist on going with Taylor. Some bold and the beautiful viewers are convinced that Taylor is faking her illness. If that's the case, Brooke Logan could find a way to prove it and Ridge would never forgive her. Do you think Brooke will take things too far in her quest to keep Ridge Forrester? Share your opinions down below and let us know what you think. Keep checking Soap Opera Spy Daily for more B&B spoilers, updates, and news. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester could be gearing up for some huge relationship problems. Ridge and Brooke have already been facing some bumps in the road, especially now that Taylor Hayes is back in town. Brooke managed to get past the whole chakra aligning incident at the Cliff House, but more issues are on the horizon. Steffi Forrester made a prediction about the trouble ahead when she hinted about Brooke's reaction if they dropped Hope Logan's line. Brooke will inevitably view it as a personal attack against Hope, and she won't be happy with Ridge if he supports Steffi in getting rid of Hope for the future. However, Steffi and Ridge seem more pessimistic than ever, so they may ultimately have no choice but to deliver bad news. If Hope's line truly gets canceled, what will Brooke do? It's easy to imagine this leading to a huge fight between Ridge and Brooke, one that might rip them apart. Brooke might kick Ridge out of her house in the aftermath, which could open the door to him staying elsewhere and ultimately surrendering to Taylor. Although Brooke may view it as a temporary thing rather than a full-blown split, Ridge might use it as an excuse to jump in bed with his ex. It's clear that Ridge has lingering feelings for Taylor, so it's just a matter of time before he acts on them. Hope's dropped line could be the catalyst for Ridge's break from Brooke and pave the way for him to pull Taylor even closer. Do you think Hope's line will indeed get the boot? Will Brooke's fury drive Ridge out of the house and straight into bed with Taylor? It seems likely Taylor will score another chance with Ridge sooner or later, so stay tuned for updates on their potential reunion and all the B&B drama that could bring. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Brooke and Taylor's rivalry could be back in full force by the end of all this. CDL's where you want to be for fantastic bold and the beautiful spoilers, predictions, updates, and news, so make us your one-stop B&B source. We have been soap opera fans long enough to know that every time a past character gets mentioned over and over again, it's a sign. The bold and the beautiful seems to be heading the same way these days. If you haven't already noticed, allow us to bring to your attention the enormous number of times Feed Forrester has been mentioned of late. Yes, we know it has been so long since we last saw her that many the bold and the beautiful enthusiasts may have forgotten her. So here's a refresher. Feed Forrester was born as Steffi Forrester's fraternal twin to Ridge and Taylor. However, in 2008, she got in a car crash with Rick Forrester. She then died in her father Ridge Forrester's arms. Her death track was the last time we saw her on B&B. At the time, the character was being portrayed by Mackenzie Mozzie. Honestly, in the last decade or so, no one really has mentioned Fouv as much. However, in recent episodes, the name-dropping has become immense. Ridge and Taylor have been missing her dearly and reminiscing about their daughter's memories. Could it be possible that the B&B makers are planning to resurrect her character? It surely wouldn't be the first time or even the last when a character returns from the dead. Besides, Halloween is just around the corner, and what is a better time than that to bring someone back from the dead? Phoebe's return could be easily explained in a number of ways. It could have been a look-alike who died in Ridge's arms that bite, while the real Phoebe jetted off to a remote island to heal her broken heart. Or it could be a case of a soapy kidnapping, where a vengeful enemy of the Forrester clan had been keeping her hostage. Then there is also the possibility that an imposter comes to town pretending to be Phoebe. One way or the other, she could become woven back into the story and the family. In fact, if the long-lost daughter returns, she could even become a catalyst for a rekindled romance between Ridge and Taylor. They do seem to be reconnecting lately. Ever since confessing that he imagines his colleague in lingerie, unlucky in love bold and beautiful heartthrob Carter has had one singular hope for the future, a relationship with Hope herself. But in his efforts to safeguard her struggling fashion line, he is anything but endearing himself to Forrester Creations co-CEO, Steffi. Is he thinking with his head or his heart? It's a mix of both, Lawrence St. Victor tells Soaps.com. A healthy mix. First of all, the Forresters are like family to him, so business is always personal for him. But now, with his feelings for Hope, he's seeing how she's been sort of devalued by Steffi, and how that's bleeding into hope for the future. Business and displeasure. It's understandable that Steffi would be miffed that her sometime stepsister kissed her husband. But to sabotage the line, that's just bad business. Carter said something that I thought was really brilliant, St. Victor recalls. If the line is suffering because its head designer, Thomas, just kinda bailed on it, then instead of pulling back resources, it needs more support, not just more time. If we're keeping it, we should throw everything at it. Needless to say, Steffi's perspective is, to put it mildly, different. She was none too pleased when Carter surprised her on October 22 with his pitch to have her cousin Ivy design jewelry for HFTF. And the conflict in the executive suite is only going to escalate in the Wednesday, October 23 episode when Carter stands his ground with Steffi. Career suicide? I don't think so. Not at this point, his portrayer says. Carter feels like he's part of the family, and sometimes family doesn't get along. I don't think he thinks his career is anywhere near in jeopardy. The buck stops where? Not only is Carter confident that Steffi's co-CEO, his bestie Ridge, will have his back, but there is also no reason that the COO should have to worry about pushing back with Steffi. He is in an important enough position at Forrester that he should be able to question his CEOs and have a discussion, St. Victor argues. In fact, that's what rubs him the wrong way about Steffi. She might be feeling disrespected by Carter, but he's feeling disrespected by her. He's like, I'm your COO. Why aren't you hearing me? You can say no, but let's really talk about this first. She's making him feel like just some employee, he continues, and that's where some of their personal clashes start to happen. And from there, escalate. This week, just the way Steffi's dynamic has been with Hope comes to a tipping point. The actor teases, noting that at times he's felt as if he were watching Jacqueline Messiah's wood transform before his eyes into Stephanie Jr. A line in the sand. Steffi may be shocked to hear the word no come from Carter's lips, but St. Victor sees it as being totally in character. The exec has just so rarely been called upon to use it that it can be very jarring to see him not back down, to see him push something. But I do think he has a bit of a healthy ego. If you were to ask him, are you the most creative person at Forrester? He'd say no, he admits. But if you were to ask him, are you the smartest guy in the room? He'd say, yeah, I am. He doesn't lead with that, but at the end of the day, he knows that what he wants to do is most likely the right thing.